Megan and I both were involved in setting up a informal mentoring club.
Yeah, I would say it was one of the first women's. I would say, or it was it was not organized and unfunded like women's
Right.
organizations for the women in national security
Mrs.
space.
Awick?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it was the first, there were women's organizations within the institutions and the three-letter agencies. But there wasn't one that kind of gathered all of the women across the intelligence community that really tried to grab everyone and say, look,
Yeah. People are having similar experiences.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
And let's now try to lift each other up and bring each other through our careers. And it wasn't always just about the careers too. I always said this is about getting to know one another,
Right.
and yes, we are trying to help each other and bring each other along throughout our careers, but now I know, oh, you live in Reston, I'm gonna move to Reston. Do you have a doctor I could go to? We created bonds.
Right. Right.
So
And this actually reminds me, I'm sure I said this at some point in our meetings, but this British official, very senior, but I won't mention his name, because he's that senior. He was that senior. He came to me when I was serving in London, came to me at a party one day, and he was a good guy. I mean, smart and generous, and Hillary Clinton, this must have been in the early 90s. But already I think she was projecting as a potentially powerful political figure. And so he said to me, do you know why women are never he thought, I think it'll be very hard for women to really gain powerful positions. And at that time, Margaret Thatcher was the prime minister. So but I think Margaret Thatcher was sui generis. She had her own category. Anyway, he said to me, the reason why is that they can't go to the men's room. And his implication was that, there's all this stuff that goes on, deals are cut, conversations occur that only occur when men are with themselves. And that the fact that women aren't privy to those conversations is already a deficit that they have to overcome. And that's probably, well, I'm sure it's true, but I remember thinking at the time that AWIC was kind of a way for us to create our own.
I say a good old girls club, just
good
like
old
the
girls
good old
club.
boys club.
Yeah, exactly. Amazing women in the intelligence community.